this year had some pretty interesting controversy regarding the Daniel Defense H9. So there's several videos and several updates on it, and it seems like the last few seem to have gotten lost in the translation. So I'm going to cut the intros out and shorten these down as best I can, and then just put all these videos here in a row so you can see the whole story from beginning to end. If you have any more questions about what happened or what transpired or anything, just hit me up in the comments. I'll get to them as best I can. But I hope this helps anybody that's been asking me about this, and I hope this gives a full resolution to the whole story. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.
Hey everybody, this is James of Rattlesnake Defense. So I got an impromptu video real quick. Let me give you an explanation first. A real good buddy of mine bought this new Daniel Defense handgun, the 9mm, just come out. He bought the first one to come to the shop. He was going to be kind enough to let me borrow it and do a review video on it, and I was very grateful. Now, he took it out and shot it, at least get it broken in and check everything. He took it out to the range this morning, and he's telling me that it's keyholing. He sent me some pictures. It does appear to be keyholing. Now, in order to test this, I got one of these El Cheapo target stands, grabbed his pistol, grabbed some ammo. We run out here, and we're going to test it, because he still got the price tag in here. This is a $1,200 handgun. This is the new Daniel's Defense H9. I'm going to talk about it real quick. This is a metal frame striker fired pistol that Daniel Defense just released. Of course, Daniel's known for their high-end ARs. This gun's it's a heavy metal gun. It's got a lot of good features on it. Comes with 3 mags. It's got a really interesting trigger. See that? Fiber optic front sight. If you'd like 1911s, it's got a pretty good feel to it. It's balanced really well, low bore axis. You can put your red dot on it, accessory rail. I mean, this thing's loaded with the, you know, all the stuff that you'd want in a gun for today. It's a little heavy maybe for a carry gun, which is something I was going to talk about when I did my review. But the fact is, if it's keyholing and completely missing the target, none of that matters. All right, so I won't bore you with all the details. I got my target here. I'm going to put the camera on the target, and I'm going to fire a few rounds, and then we're going to see what we get. All right. See, now that's a normal 9mm entry. The paper could tear, so you got to watch. But like this, that is completely sideways. You can see the burn is much longer than it should be. I'm going to take a couple shots over here with my Glock just for testing purposes. As you can see, those 3 shots are leaving perfectly round. You know what? I'm going to put some through the cardboard out of the Daniels. We'll hit some over here. Maybe that'll give us a better impression. All right, so I'm aware this is a rudimentary test, but we just did the first little bit of shooting. I think I want to shoot into the cardboard to get a little more permanent a hit, but this thing shredded the target. Now, the first 5 shots was 115, the second 5 shots was 150 grain. Then 3 shots followed up by my Glock, just to make sure that the shredding of the target isn't something that's because of the target itself. I've shot these targets a lot, these cheapo targets by 30-06 Outdoors. And I've never seen one rip through the target like that. So I put 3 shots out of my personal carry Glock through it to make sure it's not the paper. I'll shoot this target some more to make sure it doesn't normally do that, but the fact these bullets are shredding the paper is a really bad indication. So I'll shoot into the cardboard a little bit and maybe we'll get a better impression. All right, so I looked over the targets. I shot some of those, some other 9mm, the same targets. They don't rip the paper like that under any circumstances. So I brought the target back. I kind of taped, and I'll get you pictures of some of this, but I taped some of the, where it's ripped back together so you can look at it. This pistol is 100% keyholing, at least half the time at close range, which is amazing. So then to check it, I disassembled the pistol. I can't see anything wrong with the, I'll put this up here if you could see that. This, I can't see anything wrong with the crown. The bore has rifling through and through. So it's not like it's, I've actually seen guns come out of the factory with rifling on part of the barrel, but it didn't take on all the barrel. The rifling looks like it's supposed to look from the factory. There doesn't seem anything openly defective about this gun, but it is definitely flipping the bullets. They're turning end over end when you shoot, which is going to affect accuracy and every damn thing else. It's not the way it's supposed to work, especially of a pistol of this caliber. By caliber, I mean price, not 9mm. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about one of these pistols, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying wait and let's get the kinks out of the first one. I'm usually a really forgiving guy about stuff like this, but it's harder on a really expensive gun. Right out of the box, this thing's keyholing. There's nothing I should be able to do to cause it to do that. You guys want to get in the comments and blame me or say this or say that, or I didn't this or you should have that. 2 separate groups of ammo, 2 separate situations, 2 separate shooters, same result, multiple kinds of ammunition. It's keyholing, and it shouldn't, and that's a damn shame. I would like to like this pistol. This is kind of up my alley. I like metal frame guns. So definitely something wrong with this one. We'll get it back to Daniel's. If I get an update, I'll let you know in the comments. I'll pin it. But this gun right now is trash. So do with that information whatever you want. You want to hate on me for it? I don't have sponsors. Nobody owns me. You got one of these and it's good. I'm glad for you. I mean that. But this one is keyholing and it sucks and it's stupid and it shouldn't do that. And I'm having a really bad week with these damn guns. And nothing I've had this week seems to work right. And now I'm rubbing off on everybody else apparently. So thank you for watching, guys. Hey everybody, this is James at Rattlesnake Defense. So I just posted a couple days ago a video on the Daniel Defense H9 handgun. As you can see from the video, it's keyholing. Now that video got a lot of attention, and it's a really unusual problem to have, especially with a gun like this. Especially as how you can't, there's nothing wrong with the bore. We looked, there's nothing wrong with the crown. I can't find any actual problems with the pistol. So a couple people in my comments and some of my friends pointed out that maybe the bore of the pistol is actually oversized and the bullet's not engaged in the rifling. So I was thinking about that a little bit. I remember I did a video a while back with the 30 Super Carry where I shot into flour and I was able to recover the bullets pretty much intact. So real quick impromptu test here this Sunday morning. I got some bags of flour over here on the table. I got my pistol. This is a Federal 115 grain full metal jacket. We're going to fire into this flour. We're going to recover the bullet, and we're going to see if there's any rifling marks or proper rifling marks on the bullet itself. So exit, entry, no exit. It's in here somewhere. Bingo. Ugh. There is not proper rifling marks on this. It's only on half. As you can see, this side right here is completely smooth. It doesn't look like it's engaged the rifling whatsoever. Oh, sorry, the flower slick. The other half has some marks on it. Looks like it tried to engage and may have bounced a little bit. So this does give some weight to all you guys who said that the bore is oversized. This is not the way it should be. I'll get some pictures to go with this video. I'll put them right after this. I'll do a regular 9mm the way it's supposed to be, and then I'll try some hollow points and some other rounds, and you know, we'll try our non-scientific findings here. All right, so I did a test bullet. This was fired. This is the same thing. This is a synthetic 150 grain. This is out of my Glock. Now you can see it's got grooves and such. I see the rifle engaged here, 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 here. A little bit of maybe or maybe not on this side. So that's our test bullet. The ones out of the Daniel Defense, this is interesting. This is actually paper from the front. I guess I'll show you a picture where the bullet completely went in the bag sideways. So this is actually paper from the front. So it went in this way. And there's some scorching, but only one. I don't see any real. I see one good engagement of the rifling, which looks straight here, but there's no dents. You got this scuff here, but it is very inconsistent. Now, the 115 may even be a little more telling because half of it looks almost untouched, with the other half showing the telltale grooves from being fired. But I would say that the theory, see, look at this. This is just clean as a whistle. So I would say the theory that this is overboard, like the bore's a little bit too big and it's not engaging the rifling, is pretty much conclusive at this point. It's nothing wrong with the rifling itself. It's not a burr or anything like that. It's just the bore is actually just a shade too big and it's not engaging properly, like all the way around, more consistently like this is. So there you go, guys. All right, so I want to talk about a couple things real quick. I just got my pistol back from Daniel's Defense. Please ignore the random baby sounds. I have my 5-month-old daughter with me. But this just come in from UPS. This is shipped back to me. This is the pistol that caused a little bit of controversy that I'm sure a lot of you guys seen. So we just got it back. I did pop it open to make sure I'm not going to get unibombered by Daniel Defense's customer service. So let's take a look and see what we got here. I'm very curious as to the reason that we were getting the keyhole issue that we all saw. Alright, so copy of their FFL. You guys can see that, so you don't think I'm making any of this up. Here is, this doesn't tell me anything about any repairs or anything done. If you guys, I'll cover up my address here, but if you guys want to come and take a look, this is what I got. All right, so packaged up like a new one. Same serial number. Looks like it's been test fired, which is good. I suspect this is a brand new barrel. Now, just to be thorough, I did take calipers to the projectiles we fired in the last video. If you've seen it, I'll link all of those in the description here. These are all standard size 9mm bullets. I heard some rumblings about undersized bullets, so I took a bunch of different ammunitions and put them all in the calipers, and I couldn't find any evidence of that. So I guess the next thing we need to do is head out and see if this is better than it was. I just want you guys to know that I never intended to make a bad video about Daniel Defense. I know things happen. Manufacturers do get stuff wrong occasionally. And in their defense, they reached out to me, sent me a PO to send this back. It didn't cost me anything, shipping or nothing. And now we got it back, and now the big question is whether or not it's right. So I'm going to get some thick cardboard to check for keyholes, get some targets, some ammo, and we'll head out. All right, everybody, so we're out here. Now, for those of you that don't know my channel, my background's actually in retail. I sold guns for 20 years. So I know the last few videos look bad on Daniel Defense. I'm giving them absolutely a chance to correct the issue by sending it back. I don't mind. I understand sometimes you get pistols that have a problem. You send them back for repair as long as the manufacturer does right by you. That suits me just fine. I feel like that's fine. So we have the pistol here back from Daniel Defense. I have a big old target over here with multiple holes. I got labeled 3 shots of each. I got 7 different kinds of ammunition. We'll try 3 of each, 1 shot per target to see what we get, because we're looking for keyholes, because that was the issue we had before. And even if we don't get keyholes, it's a really good accuracy test of the pistol. So we're going to set this up. We're going to try all these ammunitions. I know that one guy in the comments of one of the previous videos said that I had switched the bullets out with sleight of hand. So I'm going to wear my GoPro on me. I'm going to put this camera on the target so that there's no issues. And we're going to go through and see what we get. If this turns out just fine, then I have no beef with Daniel Defense. They contacted me. They took care of this. They held up their end of the bargain. They fixed their product, and that's fine. I'm a little disappointed they didn't tell me exactly what work was done to this pistol. But the main thing I'm here to see is what the results are. So I haven't shot this at all yet, so we get to do that together. So let's get out here and see what we got. Finally found a good use for my Glock knife. Looky there. Let's not shoot the knife. All right, doing this pretty close. The issue we had last time was pretty close. I have these loaded with 3 of each as marked. So let's get down to it. You can feel the plus P. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a fucking keyhole. That's a fucking keyhole. That's a fucking keyhole. That's a keyhole. That's a keyhole. So the Federal Syntec 150 keyholes, 147 looks good. The 115 keyhole, all 3 shots. The plus P looks good. The Remington looks good. The Winchester looks good. Even the cheap ass Scorpion looks good. So I mean, that's ridiculous. That is damn completely sideways. Fuck. I'm really not sure what to do about this. I mean, I guess we could try to blame the ammunition, because that's a federal brand and that's a federal brand. Those are the two that are having the issues. And I mean, it's very, very consistent. But man, I shoot this Syntec 150 out of all of my suppressed guns. I shoot it a lot. I've never had this problem before with any other handgun. This was supposed to be, and these groups are actually pretty good. This was supposed to be a redemption for this pistol, not the same problem. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shit. I don't want a contact form, I want a phone number.
Allowed. And our commitment to safeguarding our nation hasn't wavered once. Read the whole story at DanielDefense.com.
Please hold while I transfer your call. No messages may be taken for this mailbox. Thank you for calling.
Oh, that's bullshit. Well, that was a flop. I really thought we'd come out here, this gun would shoot good, and I would say, hey, you know, they screwed up a little bit, but they made it right, so it's one of those kind of stories. But this is not one of those kinds of stories. That second phone call was to the social media manager that contacted me. He wouldn't answer the phone either. I sent them emails. I don't know if those emails will get back to me, or if they'll get back anything to me before I upload this video. I have went from being understanding to being pissed. Now, I have had several other people email me having the same problem as this gun, and according to them, now I can't verify this, but according to the people I've talked to, the customers of Daniel Defense, they're saying that Federal, well, they said that some of the ammo is undersized, and that's why it's not firing correctly. Now, I took my mics, and I could put this on video if you don't believe me, on all the ammo I brought here today. It's all 9mm, within you know, just a tick. So it's strange that some of the ammo doesn't keyhole, but some of it does. Both brands that are keyholing are Federal, and I don't have the damn patience to just keep messing with this gun. I'm done with it. I'm done with Daniel Defense. I asked them what brand they recommended. They said Federal 115 grain, which is one of the ones that I'm getting that's keyholing. So according to Daniels, the Federal 115 or American Eagle equivalent was one of the ones that be shooting good, and it's not. So everything I'm hearing is wishy-washy. That it doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up. I'm pissed off at this gun. I want my damn money back. Here's the social media guy. This is James.
Sounds good, James. I'll send an email now, and yeah, let's.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Bye. So, the social media guy called me back. I appreciate that very much. He's going to have the engineers get a hold of me. We're going to see what we can figure out. You know, I mean, it seems pretty clear they're aware of the issue, so it's not a mystery to him. I do appreciate him calling me back and talking to me. They're going to have some of their, you know, he's a social media guy, so he doesn't really work on the pistol, so he's going to have some of the engineers, the technicians get a hold of me, and then we're going to see what happens from there. I'm less angry now than I was a minute ago. I'm curious to see what their solution is. I really look forward to that conversation, so let's see where this goes. I sent it off. I just got it back, and it's still keyholing.
that we'll not rest until it's right.
All right, understood.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Have a great day, man.
You too.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Hey everybody, this is James at Rattlesnake Defense. I was going through all my stuff tonight like I do at the end of the night, and I got an email in my inbox, which you see on the screen, that I want to talk about. Also, if you know anybody that has one of these Daniel Defense H9s, or you know anybody thinking about getting one, please share this with them, because I want this information to get out there to everybody who may be considering this product. Not to say anything bad about it, I just want people to know, make an informed decision. So, I get this email from Daniel Defense tonight. I don't want to talk to you guys about it, so I'll explain all this in a second. Just a little backstory. If you don't know, I bought a Daniel Defense H9. It was keyholing. I called Daniel Defense. They said it was probably an ammo issue, but they would like me to send it in and have it checked. I sent it in. They checked it. They said it was not keyholing, and they sent it back to me. I go to the range. I test it again. It's definitely still keyholing. I call them. I asked them, I said, this is a thing. And as the video got more attention, I started getting a lot of emails and messages from a lot of other people having the same problems. So I knew it wasn't just me. I knew this was an issue with the gun. Maybe a defect, maybe any number of things. So I called Daniel again, and these are all in the videos. And I talked to one of the engineers, and they were super nice. Don't get me wrong. And I got the distinct impression that they were aware that there was a problem, but they might not know what it is. So I sent my pistol back again, and they've had it since then. That's been a few months ago. And as somebody who's a dealer, and I've sold thousands of guns over the years, sometimes with these new models, you have gremlins. It's hard to work out. It's hard to nail down, and I'll give them the full benefit of the doubt on that. But I asked them to come out, let me know something, let me know that there was a problem. They gave me a kind of a corporate whitewash I wasn't really happy with. And the last video was not very positive. I was angry. That's been a while back. I've calmed down a little bit. But that brings us to this email, which is super interesting. So I was aware that there was a problem with the guns. The problem is due to keyholing. So I get this email. What's next for your Daniels H9? We will be upgrading your Daniels H9's barrel and recoil spring assembly. There are instructions for a portal, what they're going to do, how to send your gun back, how to get a hold of them, and everything, which is all really good. It's pretty straightforward. I like how this is. It already says if you've already sent it in for warranty, you'll be the first to get the upgrade. So that means like somebody like me who's been waiting for a while is front of the class, which makes perfect sense. We get to the last bit, and it says, if you're one of the many not experiencing keyholing and are not interested in the upgrade, keep enjoying your Daniels H9, knowing that if any problems arise, we got you covered with our lifetime guarantee, which again, that's good. This is all good. I wish they would have done this a little sooner, but all credit where credit's due. So here's where it comes to the issue is, I know that I've dealt with Daniel's customer service back and forth. They have all my contact information as a YouTuber. I'm not sure if you went out and you bought this at a little mom and pop gun shop and you didn't, and Daniel Defense doesn't have your information and the gun dealer doesn't have your information. I don't know how you're ever going to receive this email. So I applaud Daniel Defense absolutely. And I know that there's no way they can reach all of their customers. So that's why I'm kind of counting on you guys a little bit to get this information out there, because I really just want to help. So if you have one of these guns and you've shot it and you haven't experienced any problems, I implore you to please go out, buy 2 or 3 different kinds of ammunition, shoot it on paper, and just make sure. I'm not saying we go out looking for problems with the guns, but just make sure that it's not experiencing keyholing so that you know that you don't have to worry about the upgrade, and then you have the utmost confidence in the gun. If you trust this gun and you like this gun, I got no beef with that whatsoever. Mine was one that has a problem. I'm sure it's not all of them. I'm sure it's just a handful, but I didn't like being told, matter of fact, it was an ammunition defect. It had nothing to do with their pistol, only to find out months later that it's not my imagination. And I got a little pushback from the community on this too. A lot of people didn't want to believe anything bad about Daniel Defense, which I understand. Daniel Defense is an American company. They make some higher end products, and people us gun guys tend to be really tribal and protective about stuff that we like. So I understand that completely, but I was right. They have a keyholing issue. That's a pretty serious problem if you know anything about ballistics. And I think that first they didn't know what was causing it. Maybe they didn't understand it, which is fine. I'm trying to be very forgiving here. I'm very lenient. But make sure that this information about, and you know, the words and stuff in this email and what to do to contact somebody reaches those who need it. And if you have one of these pistols, I want you to get it back to Daniels and have them make it right for you. And then I hope all of us can really enjoy our pistols and feel like we got what we paid for. So the only misgivings I have is I don't know if they're going to mark the barrels so that you know the one you're buying has been looked at. So right now these guns are sitting in store shelves. If you after this upgrade, if you buy it, how are you going to know that it's been sent in? And you shouldn't have to send in a brand new gun you just bought in. And I'm not sure. I don't know if Daniels is recalling these or not. I don't have that information yet. Also, you know, I hope the lifetime warranty covers secondhand guns too. If you bought one of these, if somebody like me bought this gun, it was keyholing, I got pissed off. Daniels told me there's nothing wrong with it. I traded in. You pick it up as a good deal because I didn't like it, and you bought it used. I hope this lifetime warranty applies to you too as a secondhand owner of the gun. Again, this doesn't tell me that. I don't have that information handy, but we'll see. Definitely worth looking into. I hope this helps. I appreciate you guys for watching, and thank you very much. Hey everybody, this is James at Rattlesnake Defense. No intro or anything. This is completely unscripted on everything like my videos normally are. I come up here, I finally got back my Daniels Defense H9 from repair. After 6 months, I got my pistol back from them. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a whole story and a series of videos that go along with this. If you're not interested in that, or you're already up to date, skip ahead to the Target stuff, but I thought I should explain for people that may not know. So let me see here, check my notes, February 18th, or February 8th of this year, I bought a Daniels Defense H9 pistol. I shot it. I went to do a standard review on it like I did a lot of the other pistols, and it was oblonging the targets. It was keyholing. My methods weren't exactly scientific for that video, so I caught a little bit of flack. Of course, I wasn't expecting it to keyhole. So on the 11th, I did a more thorough test to prove that the gun's actually keyholing. We even captured one of the bullets, and there wasn't rifling on it, and a lot of other stuff. Of course, you guys can watch all of that. So after that, we sent it to repair to Daniels Defense. Those videos got a little bit of traction. At that point, Daniels Defense people got in touch with me to try to get the problem solved because I have a YouTube channel. We got the gun back fast on March the 8th. We ran a test on it, and after it had gone back to Daniels Defense for repair, it was still keyholing exactly like it was the first time. So I got into a little bit of a tussle with Daniels Defense's people. Made a pretty negative video. It didn't go over well with them. I'm not on their happy list right now for sure. So I sent the pistol back to repair again. And again, that was March 8th of this year. On May the 24th, they sent out an email admitting there was a problem with the Daniels Defense H9s, that some of them may be keyholing, and that they have a solution to the problem. I got the pistol back a couple days ago on September the 19th, 6 months later. Now, I'm not really frustrated at the amount of time. If there was a technical problem or something they had to produce new barrels or anything like that, I don't have a huge issue with that per se. My beef actually is with the completely blank work order they sent back to it. So they had my pistol for 6 months after it failed, and sent it back, and it failed, and we sent it back again. And they had it for 6 months, and they don't even tell me what they did to it, which I find to be I find it frustrating, to be honest. I'm a huge fan of transparency, guys. You guys know that. I'm not putting on a show here. I'll tell you anything. I'll answer your questions honestly. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I bought, you know, this is my pistol, my money. This isn't a gift. Nobody bought this for me. I'm not paid to review it, all right? We had these problems. After my video come out, I got a little bit of traction because a lot of people that reviewed this pistol went back and tested theirs, and theirs were keyholing too. I got several people in touch with me. Several people emailed me and commented on my videos and stuff. They're having the exact same problems with their Daniel Defense H9. So, all that being said, that brings us to where we are right now. The parameters for today's test is very simple. I got a box with some shoot and see targets. We're gonna see if it leaves oblong holes in it. I, anticipating this moment, kept the exact ammunition that we tested the first time. So I got a full box of half boxes of 9mm ammo. So it's all the same stuff we tested before. Of course, looking at this pistol, I can't tell you what or anything they did. It appears to be the same slide and frame that I sent out, just based on some marks and whatnot. I suspect it's probably a new barrel, maybe a new guide rod or springs or some such, but you know, in absence of an email telling me what they did, or a piece of paper in the box telling me what they did, or anybody calling me and telling me what they did, I have absolutely no idea. So we're gonna go out here and we're gonna test this, and if after all of this, this gun still keyholes, I'm gonna blow a gasket. So let's get everything set up and let's see what we're actually dealing with here, all right? All right. 3 rounds of each of these ammos in this order in this magazine. So 115, 147, 115, 150s. That way, if one of them does something stupid, we could duplicate the problem. Well, that's not normal. That appears to be as it should be. I got more to test. All right, so as you can see here, I fired a lot more off camera because I just didn't necessarily believe that this was going to have a happy ending. And I hate that because that shows an unbiased on my part, or I'm sorry, a bias on my part, where I try to be unbiased. So whatever the problem was, it seems like Daniel's Defense has fixed it. No keyholes, no sloppy stuff. You know, the bullets are, it's a lot more accurate than it was, of course. And the main thing is the bullets are coming out through the rifling and flying like they're supposed to. So I don't know that I'm capable of giving this a real review at this point because it's got such bad vibes from me. So you're gonna have to depend on everybody else for that, but please be skeptical. You know, it's hard to get trust back once it's gone. I wish I knew what they changed, and I wish I knew what the problem originally was. Then I feel like I could trust them a lot more if they were being transparent. So But it is functioning as it's supposed to, so the problem has been resolved. So 100% kudos for that. It didn't cost me anything. They had it for a long time, but you know, no charge. They did make it right. So don't take this as completely negative. They did do what they're supposed to do.